We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.
When you look at the science, and listen, it's not a matter of opinion. If you look at the science, the male advantage over females, there are functional differences between biological men and biological women. Men have 57% better grip strength. They have 54% better quad strength. They have 89% more bicep strength. They have 90% more upper body strength. They have 33% higher vertical jumps. They have 162% more punching power. If you get into specific sports activities in terms of running and swimming events, in running, they tend to be 12% faster overall. When you translate this into races, if you have a 12% difference between overall trans athletes, here are some examples to demonstrate the male sports performance advantage over a woman. A man would finish a 3,000 meter track race about a minute faster. A 100-meter swim, a man would be about 5.7 seconds faster. A 200-meter swim, about 11.5 seconds faster. A 800-meter swim, a minute faster. So when you look at those things, these are races that are usually determined by tenths or hundredths of a second. So how do you answer that, Blossom?
Absolutely. Respectfully, Dr. Phil, I'm going to need you to have several seats. Let's be clear. Trans women, again, are women. What you're showing me are male statistics, and trans women are not males. Everything that I said can actually be proven. It's scientifically proven because, again, it's almost like you're trying to call trans women men, and that is not what trans women are. Trans women work just as hard as cis women to compete. And when we talk about bone density levels, again, there are some women who are stronger and have faster agility than trans women. It is a case-by-case basis. I don't know why you're trying to group a group of trans people into one ideology that is false. It sounds like conservative propaganda. And I think you have drunk the Kool-Aid and have gotten lost in the sauce. I'm sorry, Dr. Phil, I'm going to disagree with you. And I think that the statistics that you've shown me prove nothing when it comes to trans women. Get up there and show me statistics specifically with trans women and cis women, and then we can revisit this conversation. Otherwise, I think you're being biased. I think that it is baloney and propaganda, and I think it needs to be fixed.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. I'm here with the Mika. This is On Point with Van and Mika. Thank y'all for pulling up. Please do me a favor and hit the like button. That's the only price of admission for our live streams, is to simply hit the like button. And if you're feeling extra generous, consider sharing this video by hitting the share button below, copying the link and sharing it on Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, and X. Shout out to all my blues. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. Mika, what you think about this, what we just watched, young lady?
Well, outside of the Kool-Aid reference, all right.
You drink the Kool-Aid and have several seats.
Child, I'm gonna leave that there. But here's the thing: this trans woman that she wants to be called, okay? Trans woman means something, right? She's not calling herself a woman for a reason. The reason why it's called trans is because you're transitioning from something, correct? That would be male, and you're only doing it outwardly. Okay, your actual outward appearance has nothing to do with what you are in the inside. That And that's why when I argue points with people that support that, I don't argue male, female. I argue XX and XY. Because
XX.
if you try to argue the, the semantics of women, female, all this other stuff, they like to tangle up the words and change the words and all this other things. The lexicon has changed in society, all this other stuff. Okay. Are you XY? If you're XY, you cannot play with me.
Well, what Blossom was waiting for him to do was pull up a graph or a chart showing studied statistics of transgender grip strength and quad strength and bicep strength and total upper body strength and vertical jump and arm speed. That's what I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm not. I think I have a right to not play the game if I don't want to. I
You
don't give
don't
a
have
damn.
you don't have to, Van. Like I told you before, I know plenty of people in that community that are annoyed with the stuff they try to play. All right. I've been on uh LGBT podcasts, right, with more conservative members of the LGBT community. Okay. They don't play that either. So these are your extremists. All right. They always put the extreme ones in the front to try to make it seem like everybody thinks this. The problem is, it's just like with, women who aren't for feminist groups. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. So this is your representation. Okay. All Black women aren't like Ratchet Crockett, but the squeaky wheel gets the oil. That's your representation. These are the trans women's representation because she's extreme. She know daggone well men have different. They're just Van. If you open your jacket, right, your collarbone is structured different than mine. That's not going to change. It's there. It's like that for a reason because you're meant to pick things up, put things down. I'm not meant to do that. My pelvis is different than yours because I'm meant to push things out and carry people.
Okay, I see you with the science and stuff. I see you all science Satan in this dance ring. Have you heard of not? But so based off of what they were just now discussing, do you think that these two trans women were wrong for competing against other women in Ultimate Pool? Because they was in a pro series of Ultimate Pool. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but in the UK, a man won over all of the women.
I bet you he did. That wingspan is probably like he can reach across the table. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he got a little weight on him, but that ain't nothing compared to when a woman got a little weight on her. She gotta do all types of maneuvers. He like 6'9", can child. This is I don't know pool. I don't know the science behind pool, but I assure you the velocity is much better with a man hitting the ball like that versus a woman.
All I honestly, I don't know if it's that much difference in how hard we hit the ball will matter. That's always going to the force behind something.
I said the velocity.
I'm sorry.
I said the velocity. It moves faster. Once you hit it, it's going to move faster.
Yeah, yeah. But I have an issue with them wanting to compete against women in women's sports. I say create trans women's sports, create trans men's sports. If you That'd be the only way that I can see it being fair at this point, because I don't want men competing against women, and women are not racing to compete against men in nothing.
No, trans men have to be the quietest group I've seen. Right? Because I hate to say it, but for the first time, women aren't as delusional as the men. They understand that you're not about to be Usain Bolt and know nothing.
Exactly. Don't even go stand next to that man. I don't give a damn how fast you are against these other women.
So
Don't stand next to him.
you don't really hear it. All right. The only one who kind of attempted was what's her name? Brittany Griner, and she shut that down. real quick. You know, LeBron James will mop the floor with the best female player.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
hell yeah. Just
Hell,
because of
Michael
this.
Jordan at 70 would mop the floor with the best female player. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the trans men don't seem to be as delusional.
I can see them going against each other in chess. I mean, I can see if it's a mind sport. If it's a mind sport, have at it. By all means, I don't see no issue with men going against women, women going against men at all. Not one bit. Do you see an issue with
Brittany is somebody said Brittany is a dude. Brittany looks like a dude. Brittany is not a dude. But since she wants to act like a dude, you know, she's a baby daddy on child support now.
who is
But
Brittany?
Brittany Griner, the basketball player,
Oh, that is a dude.
that's not a dude.
Did you hear his voice?
Yeah, because she takes hormones. There,
You can get
you
a
do
voice like that, take a
understand. You
hormone?
do understand. You do understand. You're gonna make that trans woman's argument when you say that, because if Brittany is a dude, then she's a woman. Brittany's voice. Okay, Marge's sisters sound like men, and Tina Turner can get as low as a man. Tony Braxton sounds like this. Does not make her a man.
I don't know, man. I think they went ahead and strapped her up so she can play with the women. I don't know. Because have you ever seen her weenus?
No,
Exactly.
but she wears a, you know what, when because she likes to talk about it on these podcasts because she
Are you
talks too
talking about
much.
her
She wears a
extra
strap on.
piece?
So if she wears a strap on, that tells me you have a vagina. Like, please. That is a woman. Okay? It's a woman. However, she likes to cosplay as a man, so let her. She'll find out real quick being a man is not as easy as she thought, which she found out with having to pay that child support.
What's the biggest problem that you have with women, with men being in women's sports, cosplaying as women, as trans women? What's the biggest, your number one?
So, you know, I keep making it clear that I have no problem with what people want to do with themselves because it doesn't bother me, right? But the problem that I do have with trans women in biological women's sports, okay, is the fact that trans women are built differently from biological, meaning actual women, because they were born male. That is it. That's all I have the problem with. And you have I don't care if it's a 2.2 advantage. It's an advantage. Okay. Are there some women that might be able to be a man? Yes, that's not the rule. That's the exception. And it just is what it is. If we keep living, if we're going to do things on a case by case basis, we will have no generalities. Then you don't need to do any type of study. Because then you can't say a group does this and does that and does that. So you're saying that there's nothing specific to a group because an outlier can do it.
And that's the issue I have with progressives. If a special group gets loud enough or they're convincing enough, they're willing to lean on whatever side they're leaning on, and go against their morals, their integrity, go against their own personal beliefs, just for the sake of being progressive.
Marginalized groups, please.
Hmm?
And I said, all for the sake of calling something a marginalized group.
Yeah, 1000%. Shane, when they start playing 2-ball instead of 8-ball, what are you saying, Shane?
You look like I look like. Huh?
I don't know what he's trying to say.
Hold the phone.
What you trying to say, Shane? I don't know what you're trying to say.
And Andrea understands. She said, "Thank you, Shane. Explain."
Yeah, please explain.
I'm perplexed.
Yeah,
This
Andrea
is
said,
vexing me.
okay. So hold on, let me put this back up. When they start playing 2-ball instead of 8-ball, you know what he's saying. See, that's the thing. See, nah, no shoemaker.
Oh,
Don't do
okay,
that.
okay. So that okay. So that's what I thought. That's why I was like, huh? Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Good eyes, yes.
Go ahead and let Brittany Griner in the NBA. Um, I would love to see it, and I would love to see them not hold back and continue to
But
throw
it's
bows.
happened before. I think it was during the Olympics or something like that, where they were doing the I don't watch basketball, so I could be wrong on where they did it at. But they
But they're
had the
not
male on
physical.
female, and the men mopped the floor with them.
Yeah, that's because they're not physical with them. They're not, you know what I mean? They'll go speed and
That's
shot
even
for shot.
worse. That's even worse. They're not being physical with them, and they still mop the floor with them.
Yeah, that's just terrible. I don't even know if anybody expected any different. I think that you are delusional if you expected any different. I mean, and not saying that men are above women in competition. It's just
No, they are.
we're
They are. The
different.
men are built biologically. As far as your body structure, you are superior to women. It's meant to be that way. It's that way for a reason, which is why you are the protector. The big one is the protector. The older sibling, the big sibling is the protector, right? So it's meant to be that way. All this patting around, well, I don't think, I'm not no, men are stronger. Men are bigger. The female lion doesn't look like the male lion. The male lion could take on like 8 of them chicks and come out glorious. Okay? The whole daggone lioness crew got to attack one. It's a fact. And we should be okay with facts.
We should be. But we also have to understand that we have neighbors who are sensitive and
No,
they
we have neighbors that
believe
are stupid. Say it correctly. We have neighbors that are stupid.
old girl standing on business. More black women need this. Hey, this is Mika. That's what Mika do. She a little cold, y'all. She a little cold.
Not as cold as the woman you're going to show today.
I'm not as cold as her, but I can see you putting hands with somebody if the
You're a lie.
conversation.
You're a lie. You're a lie. It's only 2 things that happen: jail and gun smoke. I'm not fighting with nobody. That is the only thing I agree with the Ratchet City girls on. I keep a baby Glock. I'm not fighting with no random, period. I'm not fighting with nobody. Why would I do this? I'm 4'10". I don't bother anybody. You come with your big back charging at me.
You deserve to catch a
You deserve
catch a
whatever
hot
you
one in your
get.
back pockets.
You deserve whatever is on my hip. When my hand go on my hip, I bet she dip, you dip, we dip. There you go.
I heard that joint immediately when you said it. I heard that joint immediately. The left tries to make outliers the norm. They also love to confuse outlier with minority, not the same.
Correct.
Leslie, you cooking. An American man, thank
Yes.
you. Deplorable, thank you. Shane, thank you.
Yes, she's absolutely correct. And that's what I just was saying. She's absolutely correct.
All right. She a center. So she going to guard Shaq.
Not. Where's Matumbo? No.
Nah, she ain't taking nothing down. Like I've watched. What's Shorty name from DC, from Maryland? Is she from Baltimore? I thought she was from Sea
To me-
Pleasant with Katie, huh?
Oh, you talking about the young girl?
Young girl.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about.
Flojo, something, Flo something.
No. Her girl, her friend, the tall one. But her brother played for. I think her brother played for
Angel
Maryland.
Reese.
Yeah, Angel Reese.
Mhm.
I seen that chick play, man, and I swear to goodness, she missed about 7 layups back to back to back. She kept getting the rebound though. She was fighting for the
You can't tell
rebound.
the community that. You can't tell the community that. Can't tell the community that Caitlyn is just a better shooter. And frankly, okay, the community are gonna be mad. But even when it comes to the men's sports, a lot of them white boys can shoot.
They can shoot like a mug. Hey, they can pat the rock too, and they dance. They dancing on people now, and they dunking on people now.
Most
Oh
of the
my
players
God,
are
damn.
coming from Europe right now. They're either mixed like me or they're white.
Either way, they get into it. I mean, if you look at
And it
in the
doesn't matter
community,
the color, but they like to throw these things in, right? When you're talking about Angel and Caitlyn. When these are two women now, Angel can play ball. She can play ball, but she's
oh, she
not
can
better
ball.
than
She can ball.
she's not better than Caitlyn.
She's
And it has
not.
nothing to do with Caitlyn being white, but they make it that way. So then we're gonna just tell the truth. If you want to make it racial, tell the truth. These white boys be shooting, and Caitlyn out there like white boys.
Yeah, Caitlyn, she can ball.
Talking about.
Yeah, she can ball. Slim
All
is
the
like
stuff
that.
she does. Yeah, it's like let these girls play. Like stop with the racial nonsense. But
But
that's
here's
just
the
my
thing,
2 cents.
though. But the thing is this, though, man. It's like we keep on trying to. Why do we keep on messing with the women? Why can't we let them have their stuff? Like, why would we want to try to sneak a woman wannabe into a woman's sport that's already down bad? The WNBA is already down bad.
Well,
Like,
I might not be a little against it because the WNBA is trash.
so you want D Wade's son to go to WNBA?
Hey, if D Wade's son gonna put up them points and make it interesting, I might watch
Wow.
it. I cannot watch the
Wow.
WNBA.
You'll be watching that joint with popcorn, like, look at him.
Hey, I'd be like, Joanna Man got it going on. Boop. I watch it. It is what it is. They for it anyway. If they for it, why would I complain?
Yeah, because if they allow it, then they're clearly for it. If they allow it, they're for it. For real. And they probably got some butch bull daggers that's probably think that they men, and they probably think that they didn't play with a man anyway because the bull daggers. She has Vance tapping around the business. American man. First of all, my name is Van.
Tap.
My name is Van. And the second thing is, I'm not tap dancing. I'm just the nice one on the panel. That's it. Y'all are finally getting it. That's it.
My man said what he said.
Mika, when are you going to debate Crockett? Are you scared of the smoke or what?
When she get a new wig.
Wow. There you have it, folks. When she gets a new wig. Yeah, I swear, I told y'all I'm the nice one. They see, and they starting to get it now. Y'all are starting to understand that Van was not playing with y'all.
Whatever you say.
All right. And in our next bit of news, fam, we're talking about the content creator by the name of Savannah Craven. I don't know if y'all seen it already, but Savannah Craven, she was just interviewing somebody and things went left. No, first things went right and then things went left. And she wasn't expecting either one. I'm gonna show y'all this, man. I'm not sure if you've seen it before, but hit the like button, guys, so I can show y'all what's going on. Where's that video? Because I want to show y'all the whole joint before we get to it. And also, I don't know if y'all know this too. There's a whole slew of individuals who are excited that Savannah got punched in the face because they all want violence. They just want somebody else to do it. They're not going to do it themselves. They want somebody else to do it. All right. So watch this right here, guys. Y'all let me know what y'all want me to know in the comments. We're going to speak about it in a moment. Here we go.
So you went from saying that my outfit was really cute to saying I'm an effing idiot. That's so mean.
But I think that your point of view is very obstructed, and I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
You have a channel?
Yeah, we're doing some interviews today.
And just so y'all know, and if this is too much for you all, for the violence that y'all are seeing, do not report me. I promise you, I will find out who reported me, and I will say something mean to you in your email or something. Nah, but make sure y'all hit the like button. I don't want there to be 400 people inside of this chat and we not at least have 400 likes. Let's boost this joint up, guys. All right, let's go.
Love your skin tone too.
Thank you. Such a good vibe.
Of course.
Well, awesome. So we're asking people's opinion today on Planned Parenthood. Are you familiar with them?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know what they provide?
Yes. Abortions.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Safe abortions.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know any other services that they provide?
I know, like, to teens, if you're under 18, you could get like birth control, condoms, counseling. They offer a lot of, beneficial things that the youth really should use right now.
Okay. So you have a pretty positive view of Planned Parenthood.
I mean, majority. I don't know. Is this like a yes or no? Am I
It's
wrong?
your opinion.
But yeah, that is definitely my opinion. I feel like, especially as teens, people get caught up in things that they really don't want to commit to for their entire lives. So,
Yeah.
if you get caught up with the wrong guy, you think you're in love, and then, boop, now you stuck. Not stuck, but you're stuck with a baby for the rest of this time, literally the rest of their lives and your life, if you're that kind of mother, because some women just don't have it in them and they abandon them and abuse them and all kind of shit. And it's like, girl, just get rid of it if you know you're going to do that.
Get rid of them. Why not just give them to another family? That's good.
No, but exactly even that. And that's another option that Planned Parenthood offers. So it's like, if you know that you are not the being who can provide for this child, then there are alternative options out there for you. So I definitely understand why people do abort children. Don't have babies that you don't want. Don't have babies that men are telling you in front of your face that they do not want. I wish them would stop doing that. Like, it's like a plan to.
Why don't they just stop having sex with people they don't want to have a child with?
That too. To me, it's always pro-choice, your body, your life, because that baby is gonna be a baby.
It's a baby.
Yeah, and you're gonna have that baby
Person.
forever. So
Yeah. Well, do you know that Planned Parenthood gets nearly $700 million of our taxpayer money every year?
700 million. I mean, honestly, I can't go against Planned Parenthood. I just can't. $700 million for how many single mothers?
Of our money. But they're not giving it to single mothers, though. Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna just, single out where it is that our tax dollars go, then the police, respectfully.
So it's really interesting because since 2010, prenatal care has been down for 80% since 2010 at Planned Parenthood. Adoption referrals. So this is why this is research straight from their yearly report of 2022 to 2023, I believe it is. And so they're a 501c3. They have to tell us what they do every single year. So this is straight.
Which should be any union corporation. If we are paying tax dollars towards you, I need to know that you are doing the job and doing it correctly.
Right. But let me continue to tell you. So the STI testing and treatment down 15% since 2019. Client numbers down overall 34% since 2006.
Nobody has insurance. I don't have insurance.
Donors down 21%. Contraceptives down 44%. Breast screenings, manual breast exams down over 80%. And you mentioned adoption. They commit 228 abortions for every one adoption referral. So why are they getting so much more money yet all of their services are going down?
The services are going down because people are afraid. Women.
What are they afraid of?
Women don't know. They don't know what they're exposing their bodies to. A lot of people, especially behind abortion, there's a stigma.
But their abortions are going up. So they used to have this slogan where they said safe, legal, and rare. That's what we want. Safe, legal, and rare abortions, until it was exposed that a lot of these facilities were requiring abortion quotas. So the more abortions each facility did, the more praise that they would get. They would get awards. And so it's really interesting. That doesn't really make it seem like they want safe, legal, and rare abortions.
Mm-hmm. How many people can you think, or are you going to assume, will literally abandon their children with no repercussions from the state?
No, it's called safe haven baby boxes. We're at a fire station or hospital. You can leave your baby and the mother doesn't have to do anything with it. But that's better than killing her baby through abortion, right?
No, ma'am.
It's not better to give your baby up to a family who wants them instead of killing them?
No, ma'am. I've seen so many stories and countless, literally, like countless stories.
What happens in an abortion?
They literally suck the life out of you. They're going to take the whole baby out. And as they should, because I shouldn't be a taxpayer paying child support and food stamps and WIC for
You
women
should be a
who never
taxpayer
wanted the
paying
baby.
for abortions?
Exactly. But as for a woman who didn't want the baby in the first place, that doesn't make sense to me. Don't ever sit here and lock yourself down with a man who already told you he doesn't want to be with you. He doesn't.
I agree with you.
I'm not disagreeing with you either. I understand.
You don't get to kill the
what I'm
baby just
saying
because
is
their dad didn't
that
want
you
them.
can.
Should we kill the kids in foster care? And
Why not?
that are-
Why not? If that's the case,
we should kill the kids in foster care that aren't wanted?
who's going to take care of them? I need to know the percentage of people who take children from foster care and abuse them and molest them, who make them like personal slaves.
You should just kill them.
Statistics before you come to me talking about pro-life.
You should kill the victims of molestation.
I think, what does this have to do with molestation?
You just mentioned people
What I'm
molesting
saying
children. We should
in
kill the kids in
general,
foster care is what you said.
overall. What I'm saying is in general, overall. If I don't want to have a baby, I should have the choice to.
Just don't have
the
sex
baby or
then.
not.
Just don't have sex.
That's not even logical.
It is.
Dumb as
It is.
Who are you, Nancy?
I
fucking
sound
dumb?
down.
What?
Van, if you don't let this high calorie woman finish her statement.
Okay, my bad. Okay, all right. I'm gonna let you cook in a minute. This is crazy. Okay, all right.
You get on my nerves.
Choice to.
Just don't have
the
sex
baby or
then.
not.
Just don't have sex.
That's not even logical.
It is.
Dumb as
It is.
Who are you, Nancy?
I
fucking
sound
dumb?
down. You sound dumb as. Okay.
It does, because even as teens, people explore, and it's like as funny as you want to be,
well.
people should still have the choice.
So you went from saying that my outfit was really cute to saying I'm an effing idiot. That's so mean.
But I think that
You
your
did.
point of view is very obstructed, and I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been
That's
abused.
not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
Stop him. What's wrong with you? Stop him. No. Stop my.
You have Oh my god. What the f did you do?
She attacked my wife.
Your wife is attacking.
So why you wanna?
Why you still following me? Why you following me?
Look at that next Don't worry.
She just punched me in the face. We were just doing a street interview with my camera and everything was fine for over 20 minutes or however long we were filming, and then she just punched me in the face.
I have so much stuff to say that I promise you, I don't want to call her no bitch. I don't want to call her.
Oh, well,
retarded.
allow me to retort.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, because that's exactly what she is. All right. First of all, she has no decorum, but I could tell that when she walked up. The outfit is ill-fitted. She can't close her jacket. Yeah, she has no decorum. She don't care about her life and how she looks. Nothing. Right. So everything about her presentation tells me that she's that type of woman. Second of all, okay, even when the woman didn't agree with her, all right, she only stated what she didn't agree with and gave her other options.
Exactly.
Okay. And said, okay, well, what do you think about these options? Okay. But you can't tell a big back nothing, because all they're going to do, okay, the left is full with them. Okay. All they're going to do is sit there and tell you why this should be one way or another. Right. And what got me so heated about this whole conversation, because I understand how the left thinks, so I wasn't even worried about it. what got me so heated with the conversation is I know they like kids to die in the dark, but she was talking about killing kids in the light. Like the kids are already here. And then she's talking about, what did she say? Because I had to write it down because I don't like this lady. She said the foster kids, right? Now, I don't like those little things they have at the fire department, but I'd rather see that
The drop
because
box.
I don't like it. But I know, these women on the left, they'll just drop their baby in the trash can, which was what was happening with the boom in the 80s. Okay.
Brenda got a
They'll,
baby.
they'll drop those babies in the trash can. All right. Because they're unfitted mothers. Right. And so I'd rather see that because I know it's going to happen. Fine. No, don't put them in there. Put them, kill them because they may get molested. So essentially, then all those children that came across the border, when they roll up, we should just kill them. Because when they get here, best believe that's where they're going, to child labor camps, sex slavery, all that, right? That's their destiny for majority of them. So if we did that by her standards, Donald Trump would be a murderer. But we know that these women think that this stuff is okay, right? Like they'll say, well, you don't understand somebody's circumstance. Regardless, that's what it is. Now, I've seen women that have had them and have been remorseful about it, right? And they'll tell you it bothers them day in and day out. Even though I don't like the action, I'm more sympathetic to somebody that understands the gravity of what they have done. Most of these, it's taking everything in me not to call her what I really want to call her.
Use your words.
I can use my words, but there's only certain words that apply to certain people.
Nice synonyms.
That outrageous, high-calorie, big-back individual is a menace to society. Okay? The reason why she punched that woman, I'm going to tell you right now, the reason why she punched that woman is because it's personal. It's personal. She's had multiple abortions, I assure you. Nobody goes that hard. She's had multiple abortions. The people that she hang with got multiple abortions. She got men that come dumping her all the time. It is what it is. All the time. I assure you that's what it is. And then she ends up pregnant. She's not, nobody wants that. Look at her. Look at her.
And ain't nobody staying with her.
And nobody's staying with her. Look how she talks. Okay. Her talk is nasty. Her dress is nasty. She doesn't care. Nobody's staying with that. So yeah, that's what they do. And she allows it. And guess what happens? She goes to the clinic. Now, she may not use government money, but she does it. So she's all for it. So it hit her in the chest. And that's why she punched her in the face.
Before I say anything, let me read the super chat from Leslie. The left used media, bad science, and politics to turn their followers into brainwashed, violent soldiers for their agenda. Absolute conditioning. You're absolutely right. Auntie Maxine, she was loud and proud when she was telling people that we need to go out there and we need to hurt them. We need to fight. We need to get violent. So they know what they're creating. They know exactly what they're creating.
That brush fired wig woman know what she's saying.
Oh, she know exactly what they know exactly what they're saying, but they don't want to be so direct that they're
how more direct can you be with get in their face?
Yeah, trust me, I know. Because they were way more direct when they was telling people to go out there and burn up stuff and fight and do nasty things. And then Trump was when he said we need to fight and we need to fight like hell. Like they keep on saying he said fight like hell. What that meant was,
even if he said that, he took those people on January 6th, like whatever they did or not like whatever they did, they took the problem to the people that did it. They went to the government.
That
The
did it.
government is their problem. They didn't go down there and smash anything in DC, nobody's businesses. They weren't attacking black people like some of them tried on that day. They weren't attacking black people. They took the problem, the fight, whatever you want to call it, to those exact people. So whoever they had a beef with, that's where they brought it. And that's where it should go. But these people, they got a beef with Trump. I don't see y'all trying to climb the White House. Because I mean, the snipers up there, I know some of them. They pick you off one by one. Go ahead.
No, I want them to go climbing. Feel free, go climb the White House. Feel free, give them some to practice their aim with.
That's all. That's all it's going to be. So but that's what I'm saying. If you have a problem with Trump, take it there. Go there.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with any of these, protests and all that, because that's your right to protest. But you don't have a right to hit people in the face. You don't have a right to go destroy people's property. You don't have a right to actually think that you have rights over other people because of their beliefs. That's what's wrong with the left, not the fact that they don't like Donald Trump.
I agree. And watching that conversation, though, what surprised me is how it got to that point of getting physical. Because even when they was disagreeing with one another, even when it was getting a little heated in their conversation, it was never at that point where you think that one person was going to swing on the other. What you clearly saw was the liberal girl, the one that was a big fan of Planned Parenthood. You saw her finding out in real time that she was getting her ass washed in a conversation by this nice young lady who was not using any colorful words. She was respectful. She was quoting actual facts, and all these things. And you can see that when she threw it back in her face, that you were the one that just now said on camera that you would unalive
People that are
adopted,
already living.
yeah, like
You
kids.
know how they like to say, can they live outside the womb? Yeah, these people are already living. Yeah, they can.
Already living, but you can see on her face though, she was like, oh, you know what, you got me. There's nothing I can say to that. And then she started swinging. She was done with the conversation. She wanted to walk away, she wanted to leave, but she wanted to make a grand exit. And she knew that the person she was standing in front of, she already sized her up. Here's the
Correct.
thing, and I already know that and Mika, you know too, most times before anything gets physical, you had already sized up the person's around you, or the person that you're in direct contact with. She sized her up. She knew that she was very well spoken. She's not from this neighborhood. I am. I've had many abortions. She haven't. I'm the ignorant one. She just proved that to be correct. What else do I have in my bag? Oh yeah, I got violence. I done beat up a couple of chicks on this block. I'm about to do what I do. And that's exactly what she did. And this Shane said, why didn't the cameraman, her husband, defend her?
What did
You know what?
what did I tell you off camera? I said, first of all, you not letting this chick walk away. Okay. If I got to come bail you out, I'm not going to tell my, but I would never tell my man to do that. However, if I got to come bail you out, I'd rather do that than for you to allow her to just walk away. Now, let's say you don't want to do that. Okay. All right. You follow her. She's not getting away with nothing. I'm not going on the internet having no scoop investigation. No, I'm going to follow you and I'm going to call the police.
I don't put my hands on women, but let me tell
Please.
you something.
Please.
If you put
Please.
your hands on my wife in front of me, we boxing. And I hope you know what you're doing.
Arm is going to get broke or something. You're not going to just, you can't just, okay.
We boxing.
You cannot allow people to assault other people. Okay. So let's say it was just those two and she didn't have a husband. It was a lady holding that camera, right? If men would have jumped in with that, they would not have been at fault. Right? Because they saw an assault happen.
Here's the thing, though, and you know that most people aren't very logical. I mean, not critical
Right.
thinkers.
So
If
that's
they,
what he's thinking about. I understand
yeah,
why the husband didn't, but I'm
yeah,
sorry. You're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to walk with her for 1,000 blocks, which ain't gonna be long. Um, ooh, when she get tired, she gonna go sit down
she
somewhere.
gonna she
She
gonna
gonna go
walk him
sit down
into getting
somewhere.
jumped.
She gonna no, no, she's not. No, she's not. And I'm gonna say this too, though. People that do man on the street, they have to start being situationally aware.
That's true.
Okay. Okay.
1000%.
As soon as Bertha would have got to me, I would have said, I just want to let you know, this is non-confrontational.
Did you call her Big
However,
Bertha?
I did. Um, this is non-confrontational. You know her. You know her. She on the greens. You know her. She is on the greens. That's why nobody believe Kamala. She don't have the greens arms. That is the greens. Okay? She's not cooking no greens. That's the woman that cooks the greens. You know it.
Yeah, she got the
Um,
greens cooking arms. She got that
yes,
that
that's the greens. That's the
yeah.
greens. And I don't care how anybody on the left feels about how I'm talking about this woman. I don't care. I don't care because what she did was atrocious. And if it was the other way around, I don't care if it was a conservative to a liberal. You don't put your hands on people. Like, what is the problem here? The problem here is she has no home training. And I'm going to tell you right now, as a Latino, I'm telling you, I bet you that woman is Latin. I'm telling you, I guarantee you she's Latin, right? Because I can hear the accent.
I
I
could
I
tell.
saw the feistiness. Okay, yeah. A lot of the times in certain communities, it's yeah, we about to knuckle up. Period. And it's crazy. Like, it's crazy that that's your first response.
So listen to what she says. She says, I need a platform. And this is something that she wrote after it because she saw people on the right saying that she was wrong and that she should be arrested and all those things. This is what she said. Um, I need a platform to share my side of events because Savannah, the young lady that was doing the interview, has 7 million views, making me out to be a child killing monster when she knows the truth. She railroaded me into all of this. What? She needs to release the unedited footage with her relentless antagonization on a subject that is very touchy. I will not allow my image to be defamed by this woman's actions. Anyone who knows me knows how
Here we go.
respectful I am. I don't even litter. There's no way you believe I'm punching people for disagreeing with my point of view.
Please, you have on an ill-fitted sweater. There's no way I believe anything that you're talking about. Defame your character, ma'am. You have on a sweater that's meant for a size 5. You already defaming yourself.
How was
Okay,
she railroaded?
she was not. She was not railroaded. What she's trying to say is it was a longer interview and the lady cut it down. The lady cut it down to the important parts, which the news does all the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's not called railroading you. You're just mad that you are a child killer. Okay. That
She is.
womb that she has is probably trash because she's a child killer. All right. Because after so many of them, look up the look up the science on it. After so many of them, that thing becomes a haven that no child wants to be in anyway. And she's mad that the majority of the people that saw it don't agree. But that is the left. They will do something, and then when majority of the people don't agree, they're like, well, I was taken out of context. No, the lady asked you when she said it. She came right back, and this part is not even edited. Wait, so you're saying we should kill people that are in foster care? Yes. Defame my you know what.
And then she looked in the camera when she said it. She looked in
Oh
the
no,
camera
the
when she
woman
said
was
it.
standing on business the entire time. She's wrong and disgusting, but she stood on what she said, what she said. And you know what? I still would have thought she was a disgusting person, but she would have stood on business, right? And I'd be like, okay, you said what you said.
Hold
No, she
on.
doesn't like it.
No, that was a good take right there. And I'm just this one spot right here where she actually said it and then looked in the camera just so we know that she said it.
Either I understand.
You don't get to kill the
what I'm
baby just
saying
because
is
their dad didn't
that
want
you
them.
can.
Should we kill the kids in foster care? And
Why
that
not?
are,
Why not? If that's the case.
we should kill the
You see the look. You see the look.
She was like, "No, I'm a," and if you look at you, we've been in this business a long time. There's no jump cuts, okay?
None.
Nothing
That was
jumping.
smooth.
The beeping noise in the back is continuous, okay?
Yep.
The woman walking through the stuff, like she didn't jump from here to there. No, ma'am, that's what you said. That's what you said. Okay,
That's
that's what
sucks,
she
man,
said.
because that mean I would be dead. I mean, because don't know if y'all know this or not, but I'm potentially a surprise grape baby myself. And myself and my brothers, we were sent to foster care when we were 2, 3, and 4 years old, back to back to back. Um, so for her to say people who are sent to foster care, instead of sending foster care, they should just be killed. That right there is just it's evil. It's evil. And honestly, if I'm talking to somebody, and they say that children in foster care should be killed, my conversation with you is over because clearly you off your rocker. There's nothing that I can say to you that can level the way you think. You're done. Like you are a crazy person. I'm literally talking to an insane individual who's looking for a reason to get violent. She's already violent. She's already violent.
The woman is already touched, and not by an angel. That lady is pure D evil. Okay, and what the other woman could have said, she didn't. That's why she gave the camera a look.
She
This
looks
is to
straight
let
at
you
it.
know that I think that this woman is nuts. But I'm gonna respectfully continue to interview. Now, whenever she wants to walk off, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. But at no point in time did she say anything to defame that woman.
She didn't. She didn't.
Now, the people that don't like it are pointing to the end when she said, "I'm not the one, that's saying kill kids in foster care," because the lady said something to her and said, "You don't know, you don't know this, and that. You don't know what it's like to have a baby, blah blah blah." She said, "No, no, no." But I'm not the one, and that's a retort. That's not a judgmental thing. The woman already said she didn't know something, so she has the right to respond to that. Where in the ghetto hood rat trailer trash mind would you think that would be appropriate?
Man, that chick deserved. She deserved to have, get jumped by her cousins or something. I wish that younger had a little bit of hood in her because swinging back it was called for, and she probably, she probably got touched, and she was like, "Man, I can't beat her one on one." Like I'm
You
not
ain't beating no running back.
let me tell you something. I
You're
don't know
not. You are
karate,
not.
but I know crazy.
You are not beating. No.
Let me tell you something. We on the street. It's bottles out here. It's stuff out here. Like this microphone. I'm holding a microphone. That's now a weapon. That's now a ass baton.
Oh no! Now she could have used that Ronin that her man got. Her man had that that thing that it's like it's called a Ronin. I think it's called.
Oh, definitely grab whatever you can. But at the end of the day, somebody should be doing.
That's some type you got to get like on the fight with Debo. You got to grab the trash can.
A trash can, brick.
Debo was a big dude. You're not about to punch him in no face and he going down. No. But that's where I say that when you do these things on the street, you have to have situational awareness. Okay. All these people are not as are not as, don't have as much tact as you. So you need to have something on you that will protect you, or you need somebody there that will protect you. And maybe she thought that because her husband was there, nobody would try something like that. But women, because of the society that we live in where men are not going to touch women, I don't know where to get that at, but
Man,
men
she
are not
should
going to
defend
touch
her damn
women,
self.
that she did that.
Listen, I'm sorry, I'm biting your ankles or something. Like I'm doing something. You gonna know you was in a fight. You gonna have
Should have hit her
something.
in that knee that she had. She definitely going down. The knee is already struggling to hold her. Just hit her in the knee.
You are so. I swear, do you hear yourself sometimes when you talking?
I hear
about
myself clearly. That woman is a menace, and I don't care nothing about nothing I'm saying. She deserves every bit that I'm giving her.
Here she is on here's Savannah on Fox News. I want to hear what she says. I haven't watched this yet, guys. Hit the like button if y'all have not already, man.
No, you could be in a situation where something like this could happen.
To other people, I've seen this happen, but it was in a moment where I never thought this was going to happen to me. I live here in the city, and I'm very used to dealing with out of control protesters and abortion supporters, but there was no lead up to this altercation. It was like we were having a conversation, and all of a sudden she just lets loose on my face.
And to what do you attribute that, Savannah? I mean, you're having a conversation. It does sound like you're debating each other a little bit, and you didn't see this coming. Like, it's hard to explain another person's irrational motivations, but just she'd reached the end of the argument. She had nothing left but physical violence.
It seems so. The left and many abortion supporters, they don't like a differing opinion. They don't like their opinion to be challenged. And I believe what happened here was, like you said, we got to the end of the argument. I was repeating back the things that she had stated to me, and maybe she realized it didn't sound too great. And the truth is, abortion is violence, and it creates violence. And this is what abortion does to people. It hurts women, hurts families, and it hurts babies.
And I think that there is often violence at the end of a very irrational argument.
Anybody whose go-to is we should kill that little motherfucker, bruh, I don't want to have too much to talk to. We're not talking a whole lot. I'm sorry. Like, if you enjoy your life, if you don't want to be fisticuffed, then okay, interview over. Thank you so much. You have a blessed day. I'm sorry. That's done, man. Learn how to read the damn room, man. There should be a law limiting the amount of abortions a woman has if abortion is going to be legal. Because if you have had 8 to 10, you need to be fixed. If you have had 3, you need to be fixed. If you had
one where it didn't involve something that like grape or and even then I struggle, but I understand. I have an understanding, right, of why somebody would not want. But most of these women, not only are there multiple abortions, they wait until they like. You might as well have the baby. You got the stretch marks from them because you're 5 months along.
just have them. Yeah.
It's like, what are you saving? You're not saving your vagina. You're not saving your uterus. You're not saving your body.
You know what? Speaking of not saving the vagina. All right. And thank you so much for the super chat, Deplorable. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
I bet this demon thinks she's a Christian.
Oh, you know she is. God know her heart.
Yeah, she most certainly do think she's a Christian, and she thinks she's already forgiven. And what Mika just now said, most Christians, especially hood Christians, will say, God know my heart, and continue to do whatever the hell they want to do. Florida, castle and concealed doesn't happen. I was telling my wife that exact same thing. I was saying that if that happened in a Kerry state, if that happened with somebody who actually give a damn about defending themselves, even in New York, that chick would have been down, but the left would have still had something.
What did I tell you earlier in this program? I'm not fighting.
I put my hand up on my hip. When I did,
y'all did. Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna put somebody down.
Because it's gonna go.
You know what? And
That's it.
here's
That's
one
it.
thing though. Savannah said to her, she said, "Just don't have sex if you don't want to have a baby." And she called her
You
effing
can't
idiot for
tell.
that.
Do you know these are smuts? The slur of the century.
How are you ever at a point where you can't decide to choose yourself and just not do it? And if that's in the back of your mind, I can't afford a kid. The person that I'm thinking about giving it to, I know he don't love me. I know he got a gang of bees around his junk,
Van,
likely. So I'm just not going to do it.
even the ones that have that go through with having the kids. Okay. Let's say they give them away. How did you get the kids? And let's say, okay, you did it the first time. What happened the second, the third, the fourth? Why are your kids given away? Close your legs. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand that. Like, close your legs. Like,
Well,
it's
her
not that
answer.
hard. It's not that hard. And then you got to think. Right? They even have the ones. They have the ones that will keep their kids. Right? I saw a video. I think you sent it. Either you sent it to me or somebody else sent it to me. Where the mom was like, "I don't even want these kids. I'm had a third one. I don't want these kids." You keep opening your legs. And this is with the man that you have in your house. I told you before, most of these women don't want the children that they have. So when you sent me that video, I was like, yeah, this proves my point. These women don't want these children. You can see by the way they treat them. So when all the stuff happened, like that lady in Detroit, when her kids supposedly had died of freezing in the car, you didn't want your kids in the first place. Why are your kids freezing?
She ain't one.
Why?
She ain't
Why?
one.
And for them to be the slur of the century, you got a whole box and you sit in a car. So you give it away for free, but you don't give it away to make money. Like, you can't make this stuff up. Like, even when you go down to the gutter with them, they don't know how to do that effectively.
You
Just
cooking.
a trash society.
You cooking. If somebody say you cooking today, I'm not even gonna say they glazing. I'm going to give them their props. You cooking. Most days you don't deserve to like she's cooking. Today you cooking. The video you was talking about though, here it is right here. I was actually I already had it queued up, but this right here is a young lady who just now. Before I even play this, I just want to say, ladies, myself and men all together, we don't fully understand what y'all go through when y'all have children, not emotionally, not physically, nor do we want to. We want to make sure we help walk y'all through it and we show y'all support, but we don't understand. So when you hear this young man who is this young lady's husband, trying to get her out of that way of thinking, he might come off a little brash at first. But in his own way, he's trying to get her to focus on what's important, to focus on the fact that we are family, we can do this and all those things. But
in his own way, he's saying her words don't match her actions.
Yeah, because she's pregnant again and already have two that's running around, and she's saying that she don't want any of them. Not that she ain't saying I don't want the baby in my stomach. She's saying I don't want none of these niggas.
She threw them legs up, as he so explicitly says in the video. Well, you told me to do it.
Y'all check this out, man. Hit the like button if y'all haven't already. I'm gonna be reading the super chats in a minute, guys.
Baby.
What you don't want the baby for?
I can't do this. I already got 2 fucking kids. I can't. I barely even want those 2 kids.
Yeah, but you told me to do it and I did it.
You're talking out of the ordinary right now. I don't want these kids. I don't want none of these kids.
Yes, you do. Stop all that, bro. What you gonna do then? Cause we not getting up. We not doing our abortion thing, bro. That's not what
Not
we
even
doing.
about getting a fucking abortion. It's about me not wanting to be a mom no more. I don't want to be a mom
For
at
what?
all.
What made you not want to be a mom no more? Cause the baby's always crying.
It's
You gotta wake up.
it's too much. It's too much for me. You sitting here.
You doing the most for what, bro? You over here choking and stuff for what? All because of kids, bro, that you sat down and had. Yes, you do want to do it.
I'm not strong enough.
Yes, you is. Stop crying. Just stop crying, bro. Please stop crying.
My body looks horrible. These 3 kids is fucking my body up. I don't have it in me no more to be a mom.
What did I tell you earlier? What did I tell you earlier? What did I tell you earlier? That's all they care. Oh, these kids are messing my body up, ma'am. You've had generations of people, of women. You can see what their bodies look like. Okay, you either gonna do something to cope with you not eating all the time, or you're gonna deal with it. Other than that, don't have. If you absolutely care about your body that much, don't have children.
Okay, let me throw this at you. What about her mental state? What can she do to help her out with the mental part? Because I get it, the common sense that you're talking about, it makes 1000% like all the sense in the world. But clearly, she is at a place where she feels she's at her wall. Regardless if she feel like she's not looking the way she wants to look, feeling the way she wants to feel. This is a serious situation for this young lady who is a wife. I commend her for being a wife of those.
I'm not, because I don't know that. He put that on that thing, and a lot of people in
That's not
relationships
his
say
wife.
wife. A lot of people in relationships say wife. I've seen that, and I've seen a lot of women say, "Well, I'm his wife," and they ain't been married at all.
So they wifey, pretty much.
So I don't know if those kids are in wedlock or not.
You don't know if they belong
However,
to him or not.
ma'am, you chose to have sex and you chose to have the children. You know, I say this all the time. When you have sex with somebody, you want children.
I'm sorry.
Yes, when you have sex with somebody, you absolutely want children, because that is the consequence.
Cap. You
No,
know
that's
that's
bull- it's BS.
wrong.
It's BS.
Ain't
It's
nobody.
BS. It's BS. It's BS. Now, there are means to stop it, but that is the action that comes from having sex.
It is.
So, if you want to be defiant against nature and have sex with somebody that you don't want children with, then you need to have some type of barrier there. And there's all
I
kinds
agree
for
with
women. There's all kinds for women. There's birth control. There's condoms. There's the female condom. There's, I don't know, spermicide. There's all types of nonsense. There's the maneuver ring. There's this. There's that. There's the IED you can stick up there. There's I don't know. It's 1,000 and 1,000,001 ways. All those 1,000,001 ways, and you're still pregnant, tells me that you were okay with it.
Condoms ain't no fun though. And if you got a wife, I'm just kidding. Let me land my plane.
I haven't said nothing. I was quiet. I said all the way back here.
Nah, you was quiet.
I was quiet.
Vocally,
There's
you
no
were
plan.
quiet, but
I'm back here.
condoms ain't no fun, man. And you're absolutely you're absolutely right that if you're having sex, you should have the understanding of what can possibly happen from that sexual activity. I got you on that. But this young lady and all women, yourself included, maybe not you, but I heard y'all go through something mentally and emotionally when y'all are in that state, when y'all are pregnant and right after you have a baby. So that's prepartum.
You're talking about no, And that's the other thing that I hate the left. And I'm gonna tell you why I hate the left. Because they exploit real things. Okay. Yes, postpartum is a real thing. It is not as high as they say it is. Most of these women are already freaking deranged. They shouldn't be having children in the first place. Okay. And so it only sends their anxiety up even more. That's all that's happening. But the left will tell you, oh, well, you know, she's having postpartum shit. No, postpartum does not make you want to kill your kids. Postpartum does not make you hate your kids. That's not postpartum.
That's just crazy. You got a chemical imbalance.
Which most of these women do. They're already on Prozac and this and that and the third before they even had the kid. Okay, and I want to say another thing too, right? Like
I think they need Jesus.
No, I want to say another thing too.
Did you say no? Wow. Y'all heard it here first, folks. Mika said she don't need Jesus.
Yeah, you're just trying to get me canceled. It doesn't matter. But what I tell you, the other thing is you have the no accountability. That's what this is all about. Okay.
Right.
Most of these women don't want the children in the first place. Most of them have children to keep a man. Most of them have children maybe because they want somebody to look like them. I don't know, but they don't really actually want children. All right. Just like I tell you that these women on the left don't really want husbands. They just want the fact that to say they have one. They don't treat the man like a husband. They don't do anything like a wife. So, I mean, what are we doing? You just there, like you are a companion, like you're a roommate. Frankly, you help pay bills. So at the end of the day, the left has set this type of mindset up. And most of the women on the left, babies or not, are already gone. That woman that punched that lady doesn't even have a baby. Doesn't even have a baby. Her mind is already gone. Give her a kid, see what happens. Give her a kid, see what happens. And they'll be blaming it on postpartum. That's not it. That's not it. And then you got a society that don't care nothing about you and they want to keep pumping you up with drugs. So then they tell you, oh yeah, you have this, you have that. Let me give you this for that. Let me give you this for that. No, you have I'll never take accountability. That's what you have. That's extreme on the left. Okay. You don't do something, well, it's because I have this debilitating thought process called I don't take accountability. That's what it is.
You cold.
No, I'm truthful. I'm truthful. I'm truthful. And as a woman, I can tell you there is absolutely nothing that would make you not like your kids. You will get rid of the man before you got rid of those children. So when I hear that, that tells me you're dealing with a certain type of woman that one, that man shouldn't have been dealing with in the first place. And two, it sounds like from how she's talking and how he sounds, okay, because the sentence structure was awful. But how he sounds, they probably shouldn't be having kids in the first place.
Oh yeah, because he called her bro a couple times.
Bro. Call me bro again.
They young. You know, when my wife just told me last night, she said the reason why we had babies, reason why I wanted to have babies with you is because I wanted to have chocolate babies with pretty hair. I said, did it work? She said, yes. So she got what she wanted. We were both hood babies, both from Southeast, both not raised, in a family, in a nuclear family. You know what I mean? So we already had that something messing up our minds already.
Hold on.
What's happening inside of the chat? I see y'all yelling at each other.
What? When abortion was legalized in 19, it was promoted as rare, and now it's overused for the. No, this person is right. John is right, but it was there for a reason. The person that invented it to do exactly what it's doing.
Kill the
It's
black
meant to
race.
exterminate. No, not just the black race, inferior races, and that was other white races too. They looked at the Irish as an inferior race. They looked at Caucasian Jews.
So it wasn't only about the black people?
No. Oh no, it's I keep telling you, it's bigger than Nino Brown. Okay? It's bigger than him. Okay? No. There are the German race, you forget, I told you. My family is Polish. They didn't think the Polish was equal to them. The Germans didn't think the Polish were equal to them. They were an inferior race also. Okay? The Polish are not Aryan.
The Polish and the Cubans. Forgive me, the hood rat mom should have had one. The hood rat mom should have had one. You saying she should have had an abortion? The one with the 3 kids?
Yeah, I get why some people I get why some people say it, because those type of women, it's like I just don't like when people use, real psychological issues for their behavior. It's a real thing for you to be bipolar. But because you act out and act an ass, I'm supposed to believe you're bipolar. Right? When there are people that actually really struggle with that. So there are a lot of women will use what women go through to justify their points. When there is nothing wrong with this person, they just don't want to take accountability. So they start using real issues that women have. Most of the things that happen to women would ultimately be a rare thing. But then you have things in society like the foods you eat, the medications, like the psychological warfare that they do on you in the indoctrination camp schools, right? All of this stuff affects how you think about motherhood. So by the time you get up to actually having children, most women right now don't even think having children is a beautiful thing. They think of it like, oh, I can't work my job. I can't do this. I can't do that. Oh my God, my body.
They can't keep up with the Joneses is what it is. Like, people aren't having more
Well,
than
that's
2
not
kids
about what
anymore.
motherhood is. That's not about what motherhood is. And most of the time, they don't even spend time with their children.
It really isn't. It really isn't. And that's the same thing with fatherhood too. So when I very first started my family, and I had friends, I mean, I'm talking about very well known in Southeast and Northeast, Southwest. But when I had my family, it was all about my family at that point. Like, going outside for what? I mean, I'm inside taking care of what I made, what I created. I'm outside only at work. Like, if I'm going to one or two of my jobs. But a lot of these people, like you said, they're not looking at family the same anymore. They look at it as such a task. Like, they're not looking at it as something that's a blessing. Like,
no,
it's
because it's what
man.
Leslie just said. That's what this society is. And let's take even Michelle's point right here, right? Some struggles aren't diagnosed. Okay. But did you listen to what that woman said? That woman said, these kids are effing up my body.
Yeah,
she was clearly talking about that fupa that she had.
But here's the thing. So
who cares about your fupa? Who cares about your fupa? You have children. This is what comes with children.
Here's the thing. As a husband, when my wife got into, because she got into her bag a couple of times, something similar to that, where she was just as emotional, probably even more emotional than that young lady in that video. That was now my time to do what I do to calm her down. I got the kids. I'll take care of this. Let me take some things off of your plate. Let me remove these things from your mind for a moment. It's like sitting down, recording your wife, and saying, "Bruh, you the one decide to open up your legs." I mean, that as your significant other, this is not the time, young man. This is like you got to be more mature for the moment. Read the room, know how to speak to this lady that's in front of you who bear your children, who's pregnant with another one of your children. Not make content. Like he saw that as an opportune time
Yes, which
to
is
make
why
content.
I said the type of man that she's even having kids with. You didn't hear me divorce him from this situation at all. I told you he couldn't put the sentence structure was getting me. Okay. So that let me know the type of man that she even had children with.
Why they ask you if you got kids? Do they feel like you've been a little too cold with them? You got kids? Do you feel
I don't
a
know.
little chemically imbalanced
I don't know.
sometimes and
I don't know.
emotional?
I don't know, but I don't know. But here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about it. Does it take a person to have children to actually because this is what this is saying. You have to actually go through the situation to actually understand it.
Right.
If that is the case, again, then are you saying that most of the things that happen, I would have to go through this, I would have to go through that in order to understand? Because there is something in, and I'm just speaking to her question. It's not, it's not at her. I'm just speaking to the question. If that is the case, then are you saying that everybody would have to have sympathy instead of empathy? Because those are two different things. One, you experience the same thing, and then two, you haven't experienced it, but you can understand.
You said two, you haven't experienced it, but you understand?
Yes, meaning
Well,
that's why one is sympathy and one is empathy.
but okay. Okay, so all right, I'm
So
gonna let
you
you
have
finish.
empathy for your wife. You don't have sympathy. You never went through it.
Exactly. And that's
So
why I
when I
started off.
but that's why I said you don't actually have to do something to understand something and to feel for someone. So that's
You
why I
don't.
said even so do you have kids? Whether I have them or not doesn't negate my understanding.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No, it's not a uh-oh. I'm answering I'm talking to her a question.
No. I actually understand what you're saying. I think that you can empathize with somebody without having to
Yes,
go
you
through
can
what
empathize.
they're going through.
You can empathize. I don't know if that woman, whatever her name is, that got punched in the face. You don't know if she had kids or not, but she's empathizing with babies that get thrown in the toilet pretty much every day, or their body parts are being sold off after abortions.
Yeah, she does.
So if she doesn't have kids, that's empathy.
Yeah. Well, as a husband, I know that my job is to at least try to understand and see if there's anything I can do from my
Right.
side.
So Courtney, yes, that again, like I said, this is a real thing.
Are you let
However,
one of my mods troll you?
no. It's not a troll. I actually like corresponding. And see, I'm not Miss. I'm gonna punch you in the face. I actually like either a conversation or a dissenting voice. Because I don't know what is either. Because this is a text, right? So I don't want to take it out of context. I don't
Right.
know what context she's saying it in. But I'm just saying, yes, it does. Yeah, I agree with you, right? I agree. But that wasn't my point. My point was the
Well,
fact that this is a real thing that a lot of society will allow multiple people to keep using when that's not always the case. And a lot of times it's not the case. But because we are in a society that has so much empathy for women and none for men. So anytime a woman cries, it's got to be something.
We don't need it.
No,
We don't need it. And if you ever hear a man out there acting like we need it, we don't need it. And
no,
I'm speaking for men.
you
We
do
don't
need
need it.
empathy. You do need
We don't
empathy.
need
You don't
empathy.
need coddling. Okay,
We
you
don't
don't
need
need.
empathy.
You do need empathy.
Let me tell you something. First of all, I don't need anybody to understand or get to my level of understanding for anything I go through. I don't need you to understand it.
That's a
I don't
lie
need you to
because
feel
men
for
wouldn't
me.
have guy time. Men wouldn't have other men that they confide in. That is a lie.
That's not a lie. I don't
Oh
have
my
men that I
God.
confide in. I don't care to
Okay.
confide in no man. Like, I really don't.
There
I
is
don't.
somebody that you talk to, and it's okay. That's not saying you a punk.
Hold on,
Well,
time out. No, so hold on. See, we about to get it and see this. I love this. All right, so me. So
Okay.
if you know any men who said that they need men to confide in, these dudes are not telling you the truth. A man don't need that. A man is built differently. We're supposed to be the warriors. We don't need nobody to say, "Oh, you okay? I understand you, brother. I go through the same thing." No, we still gotta pick up our tools and build. We gotta go out there and create. We gotta provide no
Just
matter
because you're
what.
you're looking at it in the same lens as a woman. There have been warrior class for years. Okay, if you look at the Romans, if you look at certain African tribes, they always have a wise counsel. If you look at Native tribes, I know my grandmother's Native tribe. They have counsel. That's
They
what
don't need counsel.
that's called. Yes, they do. That's why you got all these retarded children running around here now shooting up because they have no counsel. There's no oversight. There's no
All they
oversight.
all they need is Jesus.
That's
All,
counsel.
all
That's
they need is
counsel.
the
That's
Lord.
still counsel. That's still counsel.
That's faith. That's just not
But you
from
go
any
to
other
a book,
man.
but you got a book of words, correct? You got the word, correct? So that is counsel. That's still counsel. You have somebody you can go to.
No, you have God you go to, not a man. You go to the
Okay.
Lord.
Okay.
I love this.
The Lord is still counsel.
He's good counsel. He's a good counsel.
So you're not
He's a good counsel.
removed. You're not removed from it.
Well, no, okay. So I'm not saying that a man is removed from it, that we don't need to we don't need time and space to deal with the things we deal with. What I'm
I
saying is that
agree.
we don't need
You're
another
not women. That's why I
man.
said I'm not coming from a woman's perspective. I'm saying men still need. You're still a social being. You're still a empathetic creature. You still need certain things.
Yes,
You may not need it the same way, but you still need
yes,
certain things.
yes, you're right. But my children will tell you, my brothers and sisters will tell you, my mother will tell you, my guardian will tell you, my wife will tell you, everybody who know me, will tell you, if you ask, that this brother stays, I stay on a high on life, but I still go through so much, but I don't need another man, woman, or other to help me go through it because I got God. Like, I don't need
But what
even the
is you?
book,
So
the
what you're
book.
saying though? You
Hmm?
got something. You
No,
have.
but
You have something to give you counsel.
yes, absolutely.
And
But
that was my only point. That was my only point.
uh, okay, then we'll let that
That
be
was
your point.
that was my
We'll
only
we'll
point. And
we'll,
and,
we'll
and again, the point with the women and the point with a lot of women on the left is that they take something that is not the norm and make it the norm. Most of the women that actually suffer with these things are right are actually suffering with them.
right.
But the left, because they know these words, like narcissist, like that's been in the lexicon forever. But now everybody uses narcissist. Everybody's a narcissist now. Everybody that you don't like, every dissenting voice from a man is a narcissist. That's what I mean. All of them are not narcissists. You just don't like their point of view.
Mika, I have to say this. I agree with you 1000% because right now it seems like everybody's depressed and everybody has anxiety because it's just a go-to. Narcissism is just something that is a go-to now. Like everybody knows it now. It means this, oh, it's him. go to. As a fascist, go to. As I'm dealing with things I can't. I feel uncomfortable. That's anxiety. Go get some pills. Go get some medication. You're depressed. Go get some
Right, right.
medication.
When it could be just something you can talk out with your kids. They do it to the children a lot. Oh, well, you're depressed. You're depressed. You're depressed. No, how about you talk to your kid and figure out if there's something that they just may want to say, may want to
Yes,
do.
yes. And Mika, I'm with you 1000%. That happened with my children. All their lives, they all went through something at some
Mhm,
level. Either my son with basketball practices, my other son with his him being not feeling socially accepted in
mhm,
school. My oldest daughter, my youngest daughter, they all go through stuff, but you got to meet
correct.
them where they are,
Right,
and just deal with it there. But
right.
don't allow them to put it in no type of blanketed
Right, and
society type of thing.
that's what I'm saying, because a lot
Yeah,
of the times now where that woman is, I can she need help.
she
Okay.
needs help.
Them babies, I fear for them.
But
Right. And I don't like that that guy recorded that either. However, this recording does help when you have discussions with women who should not be having children. So sometimes when you see things, you can use those as teachable moments. Okay. Like when the girls recorded themselves in a car, excuse me, driving drunk and recorded it on social media. I don't want to see that, but I can use that as a teachable moment to young girls to say, hey, this is not what you want to do, because
facts.
this is where it's going to end up at. So that young lady right there, eh, girls, this is not what you want to do. Look at the type of man she got. Look where she living. Look what she complaining about, her body, this, that, and the third. She don't even want the kids. Like, this is a teachable moment. And that's what I'm trying to say. A lot of the times as women, we gotta look beyond. We gotta look beyond the fact that yes, we go through a lot, this, that, and the third. But how many times with women do you know women that just complain, that just don't want to do it, that just don't want to take accountability for what they have done? These are your children, ma'am. You need to figure it out.
I have a question for you, Mika. Do you think that there's a chemical imbalance that women go through when you all have babies?
No, not a chemical imbalance. It's a lot of things, because your body does push out a lot of different hormones because you have another person, right? So your body does go through a lot of different changes. That does happen, which is the reason why some women hair fall out, some women hair grows, right?
Right.
Some women do this, some women do that. But also there's also a science to it as well, right? Like, you know what you should be eating, right? You know, your baby needs this, your baby needs that. Most women just sit up there and eat.
I'm sorry, Mika. Somebody said I got a severe case of Asperger's.
Those people are, first of all, those people are smart. A lot of those people are smart. Elon has it. Trust and believe.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
My
Those
son
people are
has.
very smart.
Yeah, my son Van Jr. is they no longer call it Asperger's anymore. They, because of some medical term. I guess it's something about it that makes it incorrect with relations to autism. But
They don't like to separate it. They doing the same. The left is doing the same thing with that. And the reason why I know is because I'll share this with you. That is also in my family.
yeah,
So they don't want to separate it. But let me tell you, Asperger's
it's the
is
same thing.
totally, but Asperger is a high functioning autistic
Okay,
person, right? So a
gotcha.
lot of them tend to be hyper focused on something, and if they hyper focus on it, they can succeed. And you see that with Elon all the time. He's hyper focused on something, he got
Oh
it.
yeah, oh yeah. He get it done.
But
Like
they get
I'm
a little socially awkward.
yeah.
They, they can't read cues as well, and it's okay, right? But you get them into these liberal schools, they'll tell you, "Hey, you need to be on this, you need to be
Yeah.
on that. You
Oh
got
yeah.
ADHD, you can't focus on this, you need to be on that." You give kids 12 years of that, see see if they don't be depressed later.
The entire left agenda is about hoeing.
Sure enough is.
Love Mika's point of view about parenthood and especially motherhood. and you look absolutely one. I need to have Anton read this.
Don't do it like Ezra. He'll be, hey, Mika. Y'all are a fool. Thank you so much, Crypto.
Yeah, hey, thank you, Crypto. I need to have Anton read.
You're a fool.
I love the way he read them joints, man. He is right. After Pops did his job with schooling me, it turned into God and I. Van is right. Finally, I got one of y'all on my side.
No, I agree. It's still counsel though. It's still counsel. You
Yeah, that's
need
counsel. It's a good counsel.
you need that counsel. You need something you can turn to and release what your thoughts and things like you're human. You need that. Everybody needs it.
That one right there. That conversation actually went somewhere that I did not expect. But that was dope. I should wait until the camera go off to say that, but that was dope. That was tough. I like that. That was some great content. All right, you got one more in you?
Yeah, I got one more in me. Go ahead.
All right, cool.
Well, the commercial break happened, and now the Dow is in a little bit of a positive territory. So a little bit of volatility as people price in some of the discussions this morning, as the White House says over 50 countries have contacted the White House looking to negotiate or at least discuss tariffs, and then the president having that meeting with Netanyahu today at 2 o'clock, a press conference at 2:30 during Sandra's show.
Yeah, and the president put out a statement that he had just gotten off the phone with the Japanese prime minister, that they were having productive conversations, and now just hitting, which seems to be when the markets turned around here, was that the EU is talking with the United States amid this tariff battle. And the statement from the EU is, we are ready to discuss with the US, but solutions need to be mutual advantage. So what you're getting is the sense that they're coming to the table.
Communications.
The negotiations are happening.
Sure.
And that's when we saw the turnarounds, the Dow at 526 for now.
Okay, there we go.
All right, so Trump's tariffs. Y'all already know that Trump's tariffs are sweeping the nation right now. Everybody's talking about them. And that's mainly because a lot of people did not fully understand the tariffs. They was like, oh, this is a big thing, though. They kept on saying, you know what we did notice? Russia wasn't on the list for tariffs. My question for you all are, should somebody be on the list if we're not in trade with them? Like if we're in trade with them, then they should probably be on the list. But
Russia is on the list. They're just not high up there because we don't trade like that with Russia. But there's an island in the middle of nowhere that pretty much just got penguins on it that's on the list. Russia's on it. It's just that's not a partner that we frequent.
It's not a partner that we frequent, and it's not a partner that we're going to make a whole poop ton. Well, I don't know. We might make some money with Russia. I don't know. Maybe. Hey, check this out. This one right here was this dude was being asked about the tariffs, and I want you to listen to what he has to say.
They go into effect today. What do you think about the Trump tariffs?
Doesn't affect me.
Why not?
I'm pro-Trump, but don't affect me.
Well, what do you think about it? Tell me your opinion on how he's going about it. What do you think?
Dominance, baby. Greatest country in the world.
You hear that, right? I feel that way too. He said it don't affect me. Dominance. Greatest country in the world. We need to reposition ourselves and stop meat riding all these other countries. What'd she say? Who not ready? What happened? What happened? What did I miss? Because I'm going through my soliloquy and I'm about to get into my bag and you start. What happened?
No, I love all of them in the chat. Go ahead.
No, I want to know what's going on.
No.
Okay, I missed it.
We are staying in a woman's place.
Okay, my bad. My bad. All right. So somebody did say about Russia, and Leslie, you've been firing these drinks out. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Very smart.
Russia has huge sanctions because of Ukraine. That's why only 10%. That's why only 10%. Those islands were an accident. They are actually part of Australia.
Well, here's my thoughts on
like that around Democrats. You say?
Here's my thoughts, Leslie, on those little islands. Okay. These people, meaning these tariff, these countries would do the things that they do like China. So let's say Trump doesn't put 10% or anything on all those little random roundabouts, right? I go there, take my stuff through there to come up through here. That way I don't get tariffed, right? Because if China sends direct, they get tariffed. But if they go through Mexico, they don't get tariffed. Why is Trump putting tariffs on our allies? Because China goes through Mexico to come here with the no tariff.
They think they slick.
So you put tariffs on everybody, including the island with the penguins. That's just my thought on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, you be cooking when you're not being super mean.
Trump said, I'm putting cases on all y'all. Y'all gonna be playing ball in Pelican Bay when he done with you.
Better tell him.
That's just my thought. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but that's pretty much what I'm thinking.
This segment is called the Glazing segment.
So you only like the chat when they attack me. And by the way, I don't think they attacked me. I think they were voicing their opinions, and that's perfectly fine. But that's where you only like the chat. Is the formation? Donna, y'all are wild. Y'all are wild.
Y'all are so dope, man. I think they're phenomenal. Y'all are something else, man.
Yes.
For real. As he said, liberals don't think strategically. Well, liberals think that we are the ones that don't think strategically, that we are locked into a cult, that we do whatever Trump says, that we don't know that we are voting against our interests, blah, 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 blah.
No, I agree with all of Leslie's points. It's just that's my thought process on, just those multiple little random places and things.
What's the left's, I guess, what do you think their biggest misunderstanding is when it comes to tariffs?
They don't know what a tariff is. Thank you. I appreciate that. You just want to put up glazes so bad. They don't know what a tariff is. Thank you so much. They don't know what a tariff is. I assure you they don't know what a tariff is. If you go to the average person, okay, because it's not, I'm a accountant, econ, public admin major, okay?
Your sugar honey iced tea.
But nowadays that's not being taught, okay? Because it's just like it's not being taught that income tax wasn't a thing. You got me drinking this ginger ale. I got
You don't like it? You got the hiccups?
It's giving me the hiccups.
The gas in your chest?
Yes, right in here. Good
yeah.
Lord.
The epiglottis. Yeah, that's how I clear you out.
You got me on camera. Sheesh, I'm trying to be professional. Oh my God. But yeah, they don't understand tariffs. It's not being taught. So just like when I used to get a lot of pushback with people when I would say, income tax is illegal. It's not a real thing. What are you talking about? Why can't the IRS come for us? Because you sign stuff every year saying that they can.
Facts.
So they do. If I gave you a contract, you don't read it, and you say I can come collect my money, I'm coming to collect my money. It's not a real thing, though. And so now that Trump is in, he's actually showing that's not a real thing. That's why a lot of these places can, just willy-nilly go and say, we're not charging income tax because it's not in the Constitution. And you're not supposed to write any statutes, any statutory laws against the Constitution. Like, you can't override the Constitution. And anything that you want to change about the Constitution, you have to go to the people and ratify it. You've never seen them do that. So no, income tax is not a real thing. However, Donald Trump understands, though, in order to get out of a system with income tax, we got to go back to the tariffs. We got to make money. We're not making money. Everything comes from the people. We're not making no money.
I think we finally have somebody with our best interests at heart. I'm not smiling, and somebody said smile.
No,
Why
she
should I
said
smile?
smile because you have a
Why
nice
though?
smile. You have a nice smile, and you get to do what you love every day. Smile.
Oh yeah, God is good. God is absolutely phenomenal. I hate talking about God and how amazing He is and everything. And I see people are going through so much, man. I feel so selfish. But I will say this: I like the fact that
I'm
she
upstairs.
just
I ain't
not.
hear nothing. You good?
She just now got in the house, and when I start talking too positively about Trump, I start hearing it's just like talking like as a lady or something, talking about ladies
This is what you do.
parts.
You put me there, like the lady that was doing the interview, and I will take the hit for you.
I see. That's why I fools with you. Why I fools with you? You know what? If you ever need $13, you can call on me.
Go on out of here.
No, I love the fact that Trump is doing exactly what he said he was going to do. And what kills me is that no other president thought to do this before. Like all of these tariffs we're receiving from all these other countries, they beating our ass with tariffs. How come no other president said, you know what, we're gonna get them back, or we're gonna flip it, we're gonna just match their energy? Like that's all we had to do was just match their energy. Somebody said, you look in America, we have so much stuff over here that says made in China. How much stuff in China do you have that says made in America? They can't survive without our money. We are their biggest customer. They can survive, but it's gonna be hard on them.
Everything.
At some point, we gotta be able to just stand on our own and be like, man, F y'all not gonna continue to do us dirty. I can't understand how the Democrats will have an issue with that.
They don't. They have an issue with Trump. If you have an issue with kids in cages, then you have an issue with kids in cages. But you don't have an issue with kids in cages. You have an issue with Trump putting them in cages.
Hey, and check this out. If you have an issue with kids in cages, you still can't talk about it because these Democrats just learned that the cages was built by Barack.
It's sad because I was underage for a lot of the stuff I talk about. And I talk to people that are twice my age, or in the words of Kevin Samuels, half 100. Okay. There are people that are half 100 on the left and will talk to me in my face. Well, you don't know. That's why I have this.
They think just because you're young, you don't know. You haven't been through nothing. I don't see no bags on your face.
You ain't gonna see him. I put my cold puffs on the head every night. Okay. Little powder. Look, I had a grandma. I was raised with the baby boomer and silent generation. Okay. However, what I am saying is I don't have to be born in that time, but I have
That was a big ass phone. They're looking at you. They're like, that's a big ass phone, unless her hands are just super small.
That too, but this is the latest iPhone. It is big. It's huge. That's what she said. However, that's what we have. We have we're in the information age. How can an age of information be that you don't know anything?
Maybe you're like me and you just comfortable with your own ignorance and you don't
And
want
that's
to know
fine.
anything.
And that's
Because if you
perfectly
know something now, you got to be accountable for it. You got to be responsible once you know. It's like
It's like the
God told
Bible.
Adam and
It's like
Eve.
the Bible. It's like the Bible. Go ahead and say it. It's like the Bible.
You know what?
Once you know
Yes.
you exactly. That's why I tell you these people aren't Christians. It can't be because you keep doing the same thing over. It's insanity.
See this bad boy right here? You see this right here? This right here is better than any condom.
Yeah, that's how I know they're not Christians. That's every day.
Better than any drug.
They're not Christians. They're not Islam. They don't follow none of that. They out there marching and talking about, oh, we support Palestine. No, you don't.
No, they
No, you
don't. They
don't.
don't support
Because
a
in
damn.
Palestine, they don't be having all these babies. They don't do like just willy-nilly. They got husbands.
What's wild is they'll march for Palestine, but their whole block getting shot up. That makes no sense in the world.
They be like they killing babies. What they doing in Chicago?
What they doing in Chicago, DC, LA, New York, you name it.
But that's how they keep you distracted. The left is distracted. The left are a bunch of people that are distracted. If you could put some of them in a nut house, strap them down, and actually have to have them sit there and think for a while, they come out sane. Right now, they are insane. They are the insane because they've gotten them to move their values and stuff another way,
yeah.
and they can rationalize. Like as a mother, even if you go get one, right? You should feel something when that happens, when you go get one. The fact that I watched a young girl walk in to one of them and the lady is outside, don't kill your baby. And she goes, this baby got to go. It's swimming in Casamigos. I said, yeah.
Whoa.
I said, yeah. At this point, they're insane. They've been allowed to take away your natural ability as a woman to feel. Yeah. And when that happens, you better watch out. That's why they're importing all the immigrants, because these women aren't having babies.
We do need some more babies.
They care about more what they look like than the actual people that they bring here.
Do you think Jesse Lee Peterson is right when he say we need more white babies?
Oh, because the white population is down.
They not pumping and sweating?
In America. He's talking about America. Now, of course, too, globally, yes, but in America, it's definitely down. No, because of feminism. Feminism has hurt the white race a lot. What Margaret Sanger had put out for the others, some of theirs picked up. It's these white feminists out here telling these women have these jobs, and and the black feminists run behind them. But yeah, don't worry about this. You can have a baby later. When you know your natural biology, okay, it's harder for you to have a baby later. It's harder for you as a woman to get most of those things that you want out of life later. It's not to say that you can't. It's not to say that you're not beautiful at 50. It's to say that it's easier when you have the best option. I mean, you could probably play football at your age, but I guarantee you would have been much more beneficial for you to do it at 25.
Facts. And your kneecaps would have stayed right with your hip, your arms, everything. Shoulders.
And that's all that means. They're like, people are ageist. No, you just understand biology. That's all you gotta do is understand what. This is the trans argument. This is the abortion argument. This is everything we're talking about. Biology. Like Thanos out here. You can run from it and you can hide from it. It don't matter. Biology is going to always show up.
She said grandma got 12 kids. She don't know if the Bible is more effective than a condom.
You want to know what's so funny about that? My mama is number 12.
For real?
Yes. My mama's number 12 out of 12.
Jesus.
My mama is the baby. And my mama 52. So yeah. That's the baby. Good old
days. Yeah, she is a baby.
And guess what? But guess what? My grandmother took care of all those. And guess what? My grandmother also never weighed more than 150 pounds.
And your grandmother also never had a career.
No.
Because she
So
found her a
what?
good husband.
So what's affecting these women? The food, and you know what they put in the food? The hormones. Okay. Being stressed out. You trying to work a job like a man, plus be your natural nurturing self. Like all of these things affect women, and they try to tell you that it don't matter. And then when somebody like me comes up, they're like, "That heifer crazy," and she's ageist. No, I understand what don't work for us. Or like that chick from that wanted to say the food is racist. It don't work the same. It
She
don't
did
work.
say that. She's ridiculous. I don't know how in the hell she formed her fat, juicy lips to say that.
It don't. The diets don't work the same. The diets is racist. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Diets don't work the same
No,
way
it
for
don't.
black women.
It's the same thing. It's just that when you put things in a different environment, it reacts a different way to that environment. Okay, a lion in the zoo ain't a lion out there in the wild.
Facts.
And that's what they've done. They've re-engineered women. And to our detriment, unfortunately.
Not for nothing. You sharp. Not for nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and give you your flowers. You sharp.
Man,
You passed the test.
you sure? You sure you want to do that, man?
You passed the test.
You sure you not glazing?
I just said you sharp. I'm not like these other folk inside the daggone thing that's losing their mind.
Oh Lord.
Nah, you sharp though. You sharp.
Thank you.
She said, "What about these immunizations?"
Yes, those two, because they ticked up just from somebody like you, right? 80s baby. I'm a millennial, right? To the kids now, the alpha generation, right? Why the diseases didn't go up? Why do we have more? They're doing this on purpose. The jab, when they were telling people to go get the jab, knowing that it was going to adversely affect little boys more. They know what they're doing. They're not stupid. That's why when I saw Trump was going for RFK, I was like, thank goodness. Regardless if you think that man right or wrong about vaccines, guess what he wants to do? Study them before he sticks them in your arm.
He does.
And that's the least this country can do.
He does. And you know what he even said? And they called him racist for it. He said that depending on your race, your body
reacts to him a certain way.
Yeah, he was saying that black people don't take the same virus, the same vaccine as white, because the way that we process, like he was like certain people process the chemical a little differently. And he said at least they're studying that. And he was like, that's racist.
He's right. Melanin, how things interact with melanin and non-melanin does matter. They have melanin injections and all of this stuff. They understand this. They know what it's not a secret. Like none of these things are a secret. They study all of this stuff. They know why do you think sickle cell is in a certain group and ain't in the other group? This is biology. It has nothing to do. Now the women glazing too. You a hater. You leave them ladies alone. It's just biology, but they don't want you to focusing on biology. They don't want you to do that. It's biology. It's not racist. I will say this. The only thing that the Nazis were good at is hyper focusing on whatever they were studying, right? And so they studied all that stuff. So they knew how to get rid of this race and get rid of that race, right? Because they hyper focused on it. And what did the United States do? Bring those scientists here. When the father of medicine, okay, that's praised in the Western world, okay, only talked about herbal reliefs, never talked about chemical, because you cannot mesh chemical with a carbon base. It don't mix. It never works, which is why when you take a pill, something else happens. Because the chemical is always going to have a reactor and it's going to affect something else.
Yeah, you sharp. I'm over here learning. Somebody said Van learning today. Yes, I am.
Look, I don't expect everybody to agree with my thoughts or opinions, but what I do expect people to do is think.
Yeah, and do your Googles and prove them wrong, fam.
And what I tell you all the time, Google. Go look it up. I tell people do this all the time. Go look it up. Just go look it up. The United States didn't do nothing but bring a bunch of Nazis here to do scientific experiments because they were good at hyper-focusing on things like that. So that's how they come up with all those different parts. Somebody said Project Paperclip, the stuff they did with the Tuskegee Airmen, not Tuskegee Airmen, I thought this Tuskegee experiment. Okay. Like they understood these things. And they still understand them now. But they know it's a sore spot in American Black folks when you say racist. That just triggers a whole different emotion. As soon as you put racist on it, even if it's not.
Oh yeah, you gotta be able to call it racist.
You want an excuse for something? Make it racist. Make it racist, and see if Black people will forget in entirety that this whole group then did this thing. They will forget that because you are in the moment a racist. Never mind you, they've been racist for 400 years, but okay.
Yeah. All right, so we went 2 hours. We didn't get to talk about Al Green. We're gonna hold that for the next one. You got anything else before we close it out?
I didn't even see that.
Huh?
I didn't even see that you had up there. Al Green is slow. Because I just clicked the thing out because a lot of the time I go in and out so I can see the chat a little bit and then I click it back full screen. I just clicked it out and looked up. It say Al Green is slow. You ain't.
I was having a Mika moment when I wrote the title.
Y'all funny. It's all good. We can say that for next time. Al Green slow. I can't.
Hey man, y'all been absolutely phenomenal. I apologize to anybody that Mika pissed off today. Just go ahead and do your Googles and you'll understand she was coming from a good place. All right. Yeah, Al Green. Yeah, he was holding up that yardstick again and threatening.
No. Call it what he said it is. The scepter of freedom.
The scepter of freedom. That's a fly name for it though. The scepter of freedom. Yeah. But thank y'all so much for pulling up. Y'all are absolutely amazing. I appreciate y'all. All of the super chats and all of the respectful chats inside of the chat. I appreciate. Thank you so much to all of my my blues, my moderators for so graciously helping out as much as you guys do. I really appreciate it. And thank you to Mika. Mika is absolutely phenomenal. Make sure y'all go inside of the descriptions and click on the On Point with Van and Mika show, with Van and Mika channel, and subscribe and check out the videos that are over there. We're starting to grow the community over there, and a lot more videos are placed over there as well. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. See y'all on the next live stream. And for anybody that's considering doing some content creation, make sure you check out the next ad without skipping. Later, guys. Love y'all. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.